So we're recording now. So if you want to turn the video off, you can. I will be the main focus of this video. But this is a nice position, the butterfly, to be in. Here, soles of the feet together, hands, elbows in line with shoulders, head back. If you have got something to put under your back to make your head a bit higher, you can, but it's not necessary. So this is a nice position because it creates space. So the first, as we've been talking about in these sessions, one of the most important things is perception. That's perception of your body's position in space, and that is perception of your mind. And that awareness is the most, I would say, the most important part. So in this butterfly position, even without, you are opening, you are lengthening, you are decompressing. It's a nice, I call it an antithesis to life, because in life we often sit, we often round our shoulders, we often get tight in the hip flexors, the shoulders and the spine. Here we're doing the perfect opposite, a perfect counter to life's shortening pattern, in that our shoulders are now open, our spine is now an extension, the muscles in between our ribs are now open, and the hips are now open. So the perfect antithesis, I call it. And another great benefit of this position is we're creating space for efficient respiratory function, which means now you can sense much more space for your breathing system to function efficiently. So, with your knowledge of efficient breath, close your mouth, breathe through the nose, breathe deep, breathe low, breathe expansively, and breathe slow. And I want you to be as precise as you can with your attention here. So cover your breath with precise awareness. And then, as well as physical release, then we're creating focus for the mind. We're learning to step back from the analytical mind and connect instead completely to our body, to our breath. A longer exhalation helps you more readily access this state, this calming state. So we're going to do a little triangle breath together here. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 5 seconds, and hold for 6 seconds. So we'll do all that together. So inhaling through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. exhale. And hold. And breathe in as deep as you can. Exaggerated breath, belly, chest, shoulders. And then breathe out through pursed lips like this. Sense your body deflating and sinking. So big exaggerated breath in through the nose, belly, chest. Big cleansing breath all the way to the top of your head, and then nice decompression breath. So as you breathe in again, the belly inflates, comes wide. As you breathe out, the belly comes in. One more of those, big breath in. And a decompression. Then bring your legs in. Bring your legs wider than the mat and just start to do this, a windscreen wiper. So the knee comes from one heel to the other heel. Just creating a nice open space around the hips. Inhale back to center. Push your lower back into the floor, and as you push your hips up one vertebra at a time, bring your thumbs up over your head. Hold your breath here, if you can. Just hold your breath here. With the glutes active, you're holding your breath. And as you exhale out your nose, come down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, pelvic tilt. Push your ribs into the floor. And as you're inhaling this time, come up one vertebra at a time. Hold your breath at the top. Squeeze your glutes. And then exhale, come down. As you breathe out through your nose, come down one vertebra at a time. One more of those. Inhale, pelvic tilt. Push your ribs into the mat. Peel up one vertebra at a time. Glutes active. Hold your breath at the top. And exhale. Come down one vertebra at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. Sense a nice release in your fascial system, your connective tissue in the lower back. Nice, after that extension, just to come into some nice flexion. And then we're going to start to rock and roll. So, rock out. If you can rock up and stop just before your feet touch the floor, that is fantastic. And then you're going to rock back one vertebra at a time and rock up before your feet touch the floor. You might need to use your hands for this. Obviously, we're changing the energy a little bit from that nice calming start to some nice healthy flow. And then we're going to finish with nice calming finish again. So a nice start to the morning. Just wherever you can, rolling down and then rolling up. Control. Pause when you get to the top next time. So look at my spine. See if you can straighten your spine. Inhale, tap your heels on the floor. And exhale, push your heels out. It was toes, sorry. Inhale, tap your toes on the floor. And exhale, push your heels out. Warming up those hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more of those. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you're feeling strong in the spine now, you can bring your hands into boat pose. If that's too challenging, just keep your hands on your legs. If you're feeling good in boat pose, you can come to that boat pose, really waking up that core. Take a big belly breath in and nasal breath in. And as you exhale, slowly drop your legs to the floor. Bring your left leg out. Bring your left hand behind you. Push your left knee into the floor and push your hips to the sky. nice openness through the spine. Nice morning, another nice morning antithesis, creating openness where there's shortness and tension. As you breathe in, you create space in your body, you activate your right glute. And as you breathe out, you flow back to the floor, hugging your knees back into your chest. Inhale, tap your toes. Exhale, reach your heels. Inhale and exhale. If you're feeling super warm in your core now, you can try this with your hands out. Inhale, tap. Exhale, heels. If that's too challenging, just bring your hands back to your hamstrings. Nasal breathing if you can. We're trying to maintain that smooth, even breath under this physical tension, teaching our body to withstand stress. Chemoreceptor sensitivity, making us more resilient to physical and psychological stress. Hold here and breathe in. Again, as you breathe out, you can stay here, or you might come to full Navasana, boat pose, heels up. If you're shaking, you're doing it really well. Take a breath in and breathe out slowly. Drop your legs to the floor. Bend your right leg this time. Bring your right hand behind you. Externally rotate the shoulder and push up into that nice back bend. Open up your left shoulder. Activate the glute and sense that nice openness you've created in your body. Take a big breath in here. Belly, chest, shoulders, and as you breathe out through your nose, circle that left hand all the way to the floor. And now you're on all fours. Start to do a nice, healthy spinal flow here. Moving up and down with that spine. And then inhale, come all the way up to your knees. Circle your hands behind you. Reach your fingertips together. Another nice antithesis for your shoulders, this time a counter as you're coming into retraction. So at the moment, we're not coming into extension like this. We're actually using our glutes to stabilize the pelvis and draw the belly in. So all, as you activate the glutes, you release the front of your hips and you create a nice openness through your shoulders. Curl your toes and sit very uncomfortably back into your heels, stretching the plantar fascia of our feet. So again, here is a really good test because this is generally for most people quite uncomfortable. So it's a good opportunity to test that ability to stay calm under discomfort. Inhale, reach all the way up again. Hands nice and long and strong. And then this time as you exhale, you're going to let your bottom come all the way down into child's pose. Inhale, shoot through, nose, chin, chest, small cobra. Exhale, curl your toes, push your hips into your first Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Take a big breath into the belly with the nose. Then we're going to breathe out through the mouth like this. Woof, 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 just 3 barks. So we'll do that 3 times. Inhale into the belly, bring the heart to the quads, and then just bark 3 times on the way out like this. Woof, woof, woof. One more time, belly breath in. Woof, woof, woof. And then the right leg is going to come outside the right hand. I want you to bring your right hand to your right hip like this and just do some circles here, creating space in that hip. If you need to, you can drop that left knee. So you'll come in, if you can't really see my foot here, but you're on the outside of your foot and you're circling. So creating natural space in that hip. Then inhale, bring that right hand to the sky and really straighten through that left leg. Open up as much as you can. Breathe in here and open. Breathe out, bring the right hand back to the floor. Step back to plank. Strong core in plank and breathe in. And this time as you breathe out, you can chaturanga, you can do a yoga press up, or you can drop your knees, chin and chest. Inhale, float up to cobra. Your spine's feeling good. Come all the way up to upward dog. Your spine's not ready for that. Stay in cobra here. Upward dog. Retract your scapula and shoulder blades. Curl your toes as you breathe out. Roll the spine back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog here. Heart to the quads, hips to the sky, triceps to the ears. Take a big belly breath in. And a long, slow breath out through the nose last time with activation in the epiglottal muscles of the throat, like this. So we call that an ujjayi breath in yoga. It's a nice active pranayama exhalation. One more inhale. Tricep to the ears. Imagine I'm pulling your hips to the sky. And as you exhale, this time the left foot comes outside the left hand. Nice and straight through your right leg as you inhale. And then bring your left hand to your left knee. Come to the outside of your left foot and just circle into that hip. So you're just pushing. You can see my hand pushing out, creating some nice natural flow, natural space around those hips. And then as you inhale, the left hand's going to come to the sky. Reach up through that left hand, straighten through the right leg. Exhale, left hand comes to the floor. Step forward into your first Uttanasana forward fold. Hold your elbows. And just let your head hang nice and heavy. Bring in the rhythm back to your breath. And then inhale, curl up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Bend your knees. Bring your hands back behind you like this. Inhale, imagine I'm pulling your heart to the sky. Your knees are slightly bent. Exhale, round your spine in a nice spinal wave. Flexion in the spine. Inhale and open the spine. And exhale through the nose and flex the spine. Inhale and open. And exhale and flexion. Inhale and open. Look all the way back. Nice bit of back bend. And this time as you exhale, we're going to reach forward, straighten the legs, and come all the way into this position. Superman standing up. So in your spine, you can have almost like a cobra, like a little extension in your lower back there. What you don't want is flexion there. So just cut, you might be here, or you might be all the way here. So nice reach through those fingertips. Belly breath in. And breathe out, forward fold, step back to plank. Breathe into the belly in plank. Breathe out, elbows down as you come to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky this time. Reach through that right leg. Exhale the right foot outside that right hand again. As you breathe in, open up this right foot 45 degrees like this and bring the right hand to the sky. Open and breathe in. Look up to that top hand. You can stay here or you might straighten this right leg. If you feel comfortable, you can straighten this right leg. So I've got two straight legs now. Two straight legs. Inhale into the belly here, open. Exhale, bring the right hand back to the floor. Step back to plank and inhale. Choose your option here, knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga. Inhale, float into upward dog. Shoulders come back away from the ears. Exhale, floating to downward facing dog. Triceps to the ears, hips to the sky. Breathe in. The left leg comes high. Reach through those left toes. Breathe out. Left foot comes outside the left hand. Open up that left foot 45 degrees and bring the left hand to the sky. If this is challenging, you've got the option of dropping that back knee. If you feel good here, you can straighten your left leg. So you've got two straight legs then. Two straight legs. Nice. Release. Now open that top hand. Remember, keeping that breath smooth and even and calm and deep and low under this physical stress. And exhale. Left hand comes back to the floor. Step back to plank. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Round the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees and bring your bottom towards your heels like this, as if you're just about to pounce. And then as you breathe out, you do pounce with great levity. And your feet come to your hands. You can step if you want to there. The goal is levity, lightness. Inhale, curling up one vertebra at a time. Come immediately into extension, bending the knees, spine away. And exhale, stick your bottom out, reach your hands forward, and lengthen the hamstrings again. Come to wherever you're comfortable. Take a belly breath in and come to your heels so your toes come off the floor. And breathe out, fold forwards. Inhale, hands to shin, long spine. Exhale, fold forward, step up or float back to a plank. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out this time, you're going to come onto your left hand into a side plank. Now, if that's challenging for some people, which it might be, just drop that left knee like this. So your left foot comes behind you like this, that's fine. If you feel good here, fantastic. This is where you are, you're here. So breathe in here. And as you breathe out, this foot, I'm going to call it your right foot, is going to come up into this interesting star position. So that looks like this if you're in this position. It's nice to have a choice, a challenge. And it's not what you can do, remember. It's being conscious of what's good for your body today. And what's good for your body today is for me to stop talking probably and move on to the next thing. So this right leg comes behind you now, and then you're back in a nice back bend. By the way, if that leg is still straight, you're almost in like a wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. Sha-na-na-na-na. Keep pushing your hips to the sky, wild thing. And then exhale. Come all the way back down. This left leg comes through and you're in this position. This knee can still be down if you need to. In this position, the leg is through and breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just slowly bring the nose towards the floor. So almost you're laying on your front with a straight left leg. Inhale, reach back up, come back up to your right toes, kick that leg to the sky and give it a little shake. Do my favorite elephant impression here on the exhale. And bring that left foot in between the hands. Ground the right heel and sweep up to warrior one. Warrior one, back leg is straight, inhale. Hips facing forwards, back foot diagonal. Exhale, open your hands, open up the right foot like this, and come to warrior two. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, your left hand comes to the sky. Revolve warrior, your right hand comes behind your back, and maybe you can grab your right thigh with your right hand. And then exhale, windmill both hands until your right hand comes back to the floor. You straighten through the back leg, the right leg, and bring your left hand to the sky. Reach up through that left hand and inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, you've got the option again, either to drop the back knee or to straighten your left leg and come into that Bastha Trikonasana, the side revolve triangle. It's going to really challenge the outer thigh, that left leg. Inhale here. And exhale, release. We're going to walk our hands all the way to our other leg by staying nice and low, like some sort of reptile. So stay nice and low, stick your bottom out, and we're all the way to the other side. Straightening through that left leg. Inhale, kick the right leg to the sky this time. Kick the right leg to the sky. Exhale, let that right leg come back to the floor, and then see if you can come to side plank on the right side. So option, remember, is just to drop your right knee. So if it's too challenging for your shoulders or core, just drop that right knee. And you've got a nice shoulder stability in that side plank there. I'm slightly at an angle here, so it looks kind of weird, but I'm here. So if you need to, drop that knee. And then you can reach the left leg up like this. So this is nice and active in that lateral plane there. Big sideways star, challenging the obliques, challenging the core. And then exhale, bend the top leg, bring it behind you, and come to your wild thing. Half wild thing, half flip dog is fine. So if your knee was down, you're still getting a nice back bend like this. That's sensational. So choose your option. If you're in the wild thing, activate the glutes. Again, it's a nice counter to the rounded, compressed society that your body is often subjected to. Exhale, come all the way around. And you're sitting back now. And so the leg, your right leg, I'm going to call it, is still through. And just drop your nose towards the floor. You see my foot, it's just facing you like this, by the way, if you were wondering, in straight line. Then inhale, come up, kick that right leg to the sky. Give a little shaky. Right leg comes in between the hands. Ground the left heel so it's facing forwards, warrior one. So warrior one, if you think about your pelvis, in yoga it's often referred to as like a different family for your hips. So these postures is a nice square family. So your hips are forwards, the front knee's in line with the front ankle, you're drawing the belly in, you inhale here. Then you exhale, you come to warrior two, which is a different hip position. So your hips now are open. You rotate this palm and you drop through center. One of the things you can do with the internet is look at your video if it's on. If you're here, draw the left hand back until your shoulders are in line with your hips. Take a belly breath into the nose. As you breathe out, drop through center and revolve warrior. The right hand comes up. The left hand comes behind the back. Maybe it finds that thigh. As you reach over and open. And then as you exhale, you circle. And the left hand comes to the floor. You come up onto the left toes. And the right hand comes to the sky in that nice twist. Remember, you've got choices here. 3 choices in this arbitrary situation. Choice 1, drop the knee. Choice 2, stay where you are. Choice 3, straighten your right leg and come to that big twisted triangle, feeling that nice release in the outside of that right thigh. Inhale, open up the hands. And exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Stand nice and low. Walk into the middle of your mat. And this time, do a little dance like this. Just a nice, healthy, hippie dance. In this dance, by the way, my hips are staying backwards like this. So I'm sticking my bum out. I'm not coming forwards. So I'm keeping my hips square in this little flow. Then inhale through the nose and stand up. Push your heel, bring your heels in, your toes out, and then exhale, bring your hand to your knees. Slow breath in. As you breathe out, let your hands come down your thighs on top of your knees and sit even deeper. As you breathe in, let your hands come up your thighs and stand up. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down your ribs, back to your knees, toes out, and hold in this position. I want you to now bring your right elbow to your right knee. And then I want you to drop your left shoulder down and look over your right shoulder. We're getting a really nice release in this QL muscle in between your rib and your hip. So visualize that muscle in between your rib and your hip releasing. As you exhale, you rotate even more, dropping the front shoulder down and bringing the right shoulder back. One more breath in here. And one more long breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch sides to bring your left elbow to your left knee. Drop your right shoulder and look over your left shoulder to the sky. Belly breath in. Smooth, even, long breath out as you rotate. One more breath in. And rotate even more, dropping this right shoulder down, rotating this shoulder back. Nice, healthy combination of strength, release, and mobility for your lower back, your hips. Exhale, come back to center. Bring your hands to the floor. Walk your feet in. And then drop into this position. Your garland pose, malasana pose. In this position, if you have got blocks or books or cushions, it is really nice to give your hips a bit of space to put behind your heels like that. Or if it's tense, if there is tension, you can just come a bit higher like that. Doesn't matter where you are. But again, your spine is not doing that. You don't want that. You want this. You want length, strength, wherever you are. Inhale into the belly. So an upside down malasana is a happy baby. So you're going to roll from here into happy baby. I'll show you how. You drop your bottom. If you need to, you can bring your hands down. Just drop your bottom to the floor. And then you're in the same position, but in a happy baby. In the happy baby, we're going to have our hands on the outside of our feet. Our tailbone, a lot of people in classes do this. They come all the way up here, the tailbone comes off the floor. But you need the tailbone, the coccyx, to stay on the floor, ideally. And then as you breathe out through the nose, just pull the knees towards the armpits. Happy baby, baby. Friday morning, happy baby. Quite a bit today on the spine and on the hips and adductors, so this should feel nice. And then you're going to bring the soles of your feet back together on the exhale. And we're back in this position that we were once in before, the butterfly, and you should have a bit more space in your hips than you had before. As you inhale, bring your hands above your head to your ears, and imagine I'm pulling your wrists away from you. And what most of you will be happening here is the lower back will be an extension of the mat. So as you breathe out in this position, see if you can push your ribs into the mat, and your hands might have to come off the floor a little bit for that. almost like there's no space now, like an ant couldn't crawl under your lower back because you're really active in that core and that pelvis. Take a belly breath in here. As you breathe out, bring your knees back to center. Close the gap between the lower back and the mat and peel back up to a bridge. Reach your hands underneath your bottom. If anyone's feeling particularly frivolous today, you can come into a wheel from here, but you don't need to. This is nice position here as we slow things down. If you want to do a wheel, your hands can come to your ears and you can come up to a wheel. Up to you. Remember, it's not about what you can do, it's about what you feel, tuning into what would be good for your body today. So for me, I'm good here today. Good release in the hips, good activation in the glutes, good retraction of the shoulders. Belly breath in through the nose. As you look at your belly as you breathe in, it should become inflated, but it also should move laterally. It should move outwards. The diaphragm pushes down, creates a nice intra-abdominal pressure. Then as you breathe out, roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring your feet just wider than your mat. Nasal breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your right knee to your left heel like this. And this time you're going to roll onto your side. This is a really simple but really effective way, again, of creating length and decompression and openness through your spine. So sense that nice openness you're created, and notice if you breathe better here, it's easier to create space. Do you breathe deeper? You breathe longer. Like we did last week, you can do that segmental breathing here where you visualize just breathing into the muscles in between the rib cage on this right side, the intercostals. The end of that exhale, come back to center. Inhale in the middle, push the ribs into the floor and switch sides so your left knee comes to your right heel like this. And then you roll onto your right side. And this is the muscle that we're really benefiting here. This one here is in between the rib and the hip. And it's really gonna create, you can give it a little massage like this if you want to. It's probably really tight, like mine's really tight. And that muscle holds quite a lot of tension and can lead to some back and hip pain. So it's a nice one to release. One more breath in here, deep lateral. And then breathe out, rolling back onto the back, hug the knees into the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out, straighten your legs to the floor, come to Shavasana. As you inhale, scan your body. And as you exhale through the nose, active Ujjayi breath like this. Take all the tension out of your body from toe to head. So it's an active breath in, big exaggerated inhale through the nose. And constricting the muscles of your throat on the out breath. Release tension. 3 more of those. Big breath in. One more breath like that. Exaggerated breath in. Belly, chest, shoulders. Long active breath out through the nose. And then at the end of this exhale, just going to hold your breath just for 10 seconds. So breathe in out and hold your breath. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in and hold your breath. Inhale, belly, chest, shoulders. Hold your breath. Squeeze a wave of tension from your lower body. Contract your calves, contract your quads, contract your glutes, contract all the way up up to the top of your head. Squeeze your fist, contract every muscle in your body, and then keep holding your breath, but take all the tension out of your body. Just sink. And then in 3, 2, 1, breathe out of your mouth through pursed lips. Take a big breath in through your nose. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. And then on this exhalation, we're going to do a Brahmari breath. We're going to hum like a bee for as long as we can. 3, 2, 1, hum. The end of your hum, just coming to a nice nasal breathing pattern we started the session with today. Sense that change in your physiology, that change in the neurochemistry from that small segment breath work. And you can stay here for as long as you can, as long as you want to, as long as much time you have. You have a couple more minutes to practice here. And thanks for joining in, guys. Stay there for as long as you want, but have a lovely day. I will save this if you want to do it again at any point. Thank you very much.